It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action, they'll throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now that's the way to open up a game on defense. Back-to-back sacks. We know that someone's come to play today.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore, 38 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now running right through it. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
He's going to air. That's caught at the 25. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 45 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. Come on. Four down. Check. Cut. 380. Gun.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. That one goes for 36 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him.
And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. K'Wan Short with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Wilson. 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 44 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Penny, a 1st down carry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Wilson now off the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fends him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down again.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
14. 19.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw, going for the deep ball, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. On 2nd down, Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you kind of hit the jackpot there.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Now back to throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw is Wilson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And taken right on the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Gone.
Back to throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Nazir Jones in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Right there. 54,
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This a 33-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll go out near midfield. At the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The Seahawks on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He goes full extension, and he's got it. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Tannehill. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They're going to look to throw. Able to shake him off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Good. Waiting. Let's go. Get set.
They'll run to McKissick. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
All right, here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that takes us from second to third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Extra point try good by Gano, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They go play action here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
30.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the Panthers coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, hurry up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. The Panthers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Barkevius Mingo with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Corey Brown, 61 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the fourth. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run again with Richardson. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And out now come the Seahawks. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Deep.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Play action. It's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
A carry now for McKissick. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Peyton Barber, 75 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Here we go now. Blue line.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Gone. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Tannehill. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Tannehill now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Tannehill now to throw. Flushed out right. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Panthers have recovered.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the fourth now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
And they'll run it here. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down.
Set.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. This is brought in at the 21. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
Looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Barkevious Mingo in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Set.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position. Make sure we don't lose the game here. Turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. This is brought in by Gibson. A good pickup there at 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's McKissick. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll go again with McKissick. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.